Well, good morning and welcome to the 2022 Teacher of the Year Luncheon. My name is Mark May, and this is a special day on our calendar because this is our opportunity to extend our thanks to you, our esteemed colleagues who do the hard work, who are in the trenches, who fight the good fight each and every day for the sake of our community's children, and we sincerely appreciate that. Please, a round of applause for all our teachers today. Also, before I go any further, I do want to thank for that gorgeous music that we heard coming in. We have Mr. Henry Castillo on saxophone and Mr. Daniel Stinkin on the electric piano. Both are from Rowe High School, so we appreciate Rowe Principal, Mrs. Kaufman, and also Fine Arts Director, Ms. Loya, for arranging for their appearance. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce some special guests that we have here today, our school board leadership. We'll start with our school board president, Mr. Sam Saldivar Jr., our vice president, Mr. Tony Farina, our board secretary, Ms. Debbie Crane Aliseda, and of course, board trustee, Mr. Marco Suarez. All right, and now here to give us our official welcome, our school board president, Mr. Sam Saldivar Jr.
Let's get this started. Good day, everyone, and welcome to the 2022 McAllen ISD Teacher of the Year Luncheon. Good day. No, I'm not going to start over. We are here to celebrate you, our McAllen ISD teachers. You have committed your time, energy, and resources in pursuit of educating students to compete and succeed in a global economy. Each one of you teaches because you love our children. You are committed to provide consistent quality education through every interaction, in every engagement, every day. By observation, simply put, teaching is the greatest act of optimism. I didn't want to mess that up. Thank you for the extraordinary educator that you are in working tirelessly with students and families to keep our education systems and processes moving forward despite the unpredictable times. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of the McAllen Independent School District, we appreciate what you do each and every day to educate us, our families, and the whole community. We are all better individuals because of you. May God continue to guide you and bless you. Have a good day.
All right, we're actually going to begin our program in a few minutes, so please enjoy your food, enjoy the video as well. We're going to play a video up on the screens that are to your left or to your right that is a kind of compilation and a celebration of all 30 of our Teachers of the Year that are here today. So enjoy the video, enjoy your food. We'll begin momentarily.
I think that being a teacher is a blessing. I get to influence my students every single day that they're in the classroom. So when they leave my classroom, they will have a brighter future. So what I instill in them today will help them in their future.
The special moments that I see in my classroom are when the students have built that confidence and raise up their hand and they want to participate and show the students their thought process, or they show the students the strategy that they use. And if somebody used one, another one participates and says, I want to go show the way I solved it.
They're looking at different things. And of course, with science, they want to become scientists, astronomers, study the waters, whatever it is, oceanographers, biologists, they start looking at all different fields. So if you give them that information, they're going to just run with it. But we got to be able to give it to them.
I'm a product of McAllen, so it feels really good to be able to give back. Especially when I first started at Milam, I was working with people who taught me. So to be able to see all of that come full circle and be able to be the difference that they made for me has been really special.
My philosophy when it comes to teaching is to teach all of my students to be well-rounded individuals that will grow up and be successful in our community.
Mastering the content is also very important, and that's always part of every lesson that we do. But I feel building relationships with our students is more valuable and a key to help them succeed.
Once I moved to Texas, and as I got older, it was just in me. I knew that was what I wanted to do, and I've been teaching 19 years, and it's a blessing. It's something that I don't see myself doing anything else.
To always help them grow, to have enriched activities for them. My goal is to always make those students enjoy my classroom and to take something of that with them as they grow up. And hopefully in 30 years, they'll remember me too.
I want to see them grow physically, mentally, emotionally, and socially. That's my philosophy. Teaching opens up the doors to everything.
I've always felt the need since I was little to help out in some way. It was something I liked to do. I liked the idea of being in the classroom and being able to teach.
I know I have made a difference in a student's life when I see that a student is able to participate in class discussions, take initiative in their learning, and I can see they're eager to learn more.
My goal is to set a strong academic foundation and also to encourage my children to become risk takers, problem solvers, and well-rounded future leaders.
Transitioning from being at home and then coming back to school, well, the students have major learning gaps to them. And just working with them in small groups to reteach and enrich, and they're like, Miss, I increased my reading fluency rate, or Miss, I passed my test. It just makes me happy that I am making a difference in their lives.
During my educational journey, I was in the classroom for 18 years as an ELA teacher, teaching 6th and 7th grade ELA. And what an amazing experience all those years brought me.
When I got to college, I was brought up with the opportunity to get interested in bilingual education, and I thought, well, that's a great opportunity to help students that were bilingual just like me to cultivate their language and inspire them for the future.
A friend of mine invited me to a children's literature class one night, and I was entranced. The characters just fell off the pages. It was like visiting with old friends from my childhood, the stories from my past. And that was the night I decided to become a teacher. I had found my people and I had found my home.
As a teacher, having that framework, the emotional intelligence, the self-regulation, the self-awareness, the motivation, the empathy, the social skills, those have assisted me as a teacher to become more successful as they're embedded into the curriculum.
One of the things I do is call my students the Kinderstars because each one of them has so much to offer this world, and I can't wait to see what they become in the future. Former students will come back and say, oh, Miss Silva, I'm headed off to this university or to this college, and it's just so blessing and rewarding to be part of their success.
My philosophy of teaching is basically a lot of student-centered. I feel that any student can reach their goal, and I'm like the tool, the mentor that's gonna get them to reach their potential.
My philosophy of teaching is to create a safe environment in my classroom where kids feel comfortable to make mistakes because I feel like making mistakes helps the students learn in their education and helps them grow. They can find their strengths and their weaknesses there.
We get to teach music to kids. We get to teach kids how to play instruments. So, there's been many moments where I've had a lot of gratification because I saw what a student could do, and then when they realize that potential and then they surpass their potential, it's like a proud papa moment. There's no better way for me to say it other than that.
We have to establish a positive atmosphere because every kid is different. It's not one shoe size fit everybody. Everybody has to be taught in a different way, either visual or auditory or kinesthetic, to meet the kids' need, and nobody's left behind.
My biggest influencer in my life is my mother, Juanita Garcia. She herself was an educator for 39 years. And I would always love during the summers when I would go to her schools to help her out with the bulletin boards, just to make her room pretty, all the new supplies, and I fell in love with that. And I knew since I was about 4 years old that I was going to be a teacher.
Regardless of what the learning gaps are, regardless of the learning disabilities or home environments,
If there's a teacher who's implementing structure and is being consistent with curriculum and instruction on a daily basis, paired with the McAllen ISD emotional intelligence framework, I believe any child can succeed.
My student is more than a test score. And so that's very important to me, that I know that years from now it won't matter what their test scores were, but how I made them feel, what I taught them, to be in and out of the classroom.
And now the students look and say, what is Teacher of the Year? Wow, you're Teacher of the Year? And I said, yes, because I've worked hard. I've encouraged you all, and I want y'all to succeed. I don't want you to think, okay, I just graduate and I don't have to do anything. No, you can. There's more options out there, and I'm here for you all.
I love what I do. I have a passion for teaching, and this year becoming Teacher of the Year, it wasn't just like, oh, you became a Teacher of the Year and it's something good. No, it's now what am I going to do with it? That I can take it out and tell teachers, hey, we have an impact. We have to do something with becoming a Teacher of the Year. It's not just a label.
Just getting to know the kids, getting them to trust you, getting to know their lives, their likes, their dislikes, their difficulties in life really makes a huge difference. And so with that trust, then we can build real lifelong learners.
As a teacher, my job is to provide two things. It's to provide structure and rigor, but to combine that with fun and the freedom to express themselves and who they are. A lot of that has to do with getting to know them as people, not just as numbers or students or test results. I'm really interested in getting to know my students.
As much as I try to make a difference in my students' life, they definitely make a difference in mine. When students come to me and let me know they really enjoy my classroom or that they love reading and writing because of the class, I feel overjoyed, I feel accomplished, and it just reinforces the passion for what I do. I would definitely say that students make a difference in my life.
I do want to introduce one other school board member that we have who has joined us this afternoon. Trustee Conrado Alvarado is here. And also, I'd be remiss if I did not wish a happy birthday to Mr. Tony Farina. All right. All right, and now a word to get us started on our program from our head of schools. He's my favorite superintendent and yours, Dr. Dulce Gonzalez.
Hello, everyone. What a pleasure it is to be here this morning. We have the pleasure of attending many different banquets, and I can say that this is my favorite because it represents greatness. As I look across the audience and see all these wonderful teachers that give of their time, their heart, their soul, and you're the best of the best because your peers chose you to represent the campus. So we have phenomenal teachers in McAllen ISD. So for you to be sitting in this room says a lot about you. Before I give my short message, I would like to thank a special group of individuals one more time. Our Board of Trustees, please stand and be recognized. Our board does a tremendous job providing oversight. We appreciate them. And if you could see the countless hours they spend with us, you'd be surprised. And so their families share them with us, and we appreciate their families and everything that they do to put us in a position to excel. But our success would not be possible without them. And when I say success, you look at the back of the room, and that's a visual representation of some of what we've been able to accomplish as a team. Whether it be that we're the top contributor to the United Way, saying that we give more than any school district in this region, from our hearts to people that needed more. Or whether it be the It's Time Texas Challenge, where we're saying our health is important to us, so we are the best school district in the state of Texas when it comes to promoting healthy living. Or whether it be the HEB Excellence in Education Award, which is the most coveted award in public education when you look at the great state of Texas, and our ability to perform at that level and earn that is a team effort. But it doesn't happen without representation from a board. And I think that as a father, that has 3 children in the district, I'm proud to send them to a school district that has a school board with this diverse skill set. So one more round of applause. We appreciate them. Also, to all the teachers, and one more time, Tony, happy birthday, man. Thank you for everything that you do for our community and for our school district. We're blessed to have you on our team. One more round of applause for the birthday boy. Yeah, going back to all the teachers, over 1,600 teachers in this school district, and they're the reason that we shine. When you look at teachers and what they bring to the table, the grind and everything that they do before, during, and after school, everything that you do to service our children and their families, it's impressive. So to be a Teacher of the Year in McAllen ISD is something that you should be very, very proud of. I know that I am very proud of each and every one of you, and I know the board is, and all the principals in this room are too. And speaking of principals, great schools have great teachers, but it takes leadership. The principalship is one of the most difficult jobs in public ed. It comes with a lot of pressure, it's performance-based, and there's a lot that comes with it. So principals, thank you for your leadership. Please stand and be recognized. We appreciate our principals. Thank you all. And if you look at district administration and what it takes to provide the service, because we're here to provide a service. We're here to remove barriers. We're here to run every division in an efficient manner, to put systems and processes in place so that we can do what we need to do to provide our teachers with an environment where they can bring learning to life. That could not happen without the world-class executive leadership team that we have in McAllen ISD. So executive leadership team members, please stand and be recognized. I'm blessed to have all of you on my team. This is a dream come true for me, to stand here before you as superintendent of schools. And Christina Castillo, our Teacher of the Year from De Leon, and I were just talking about it earlier, because when I came to McAllen in the late 90s with a dream of being a superintendent, I was on Christina's academic team. I was a science teacher, and our team was the Leopards, and we had so much pride in what we were doing. And when I first got to McAllen back then, I knew that I had joined a team that was a force to be reckoned with. But they used to tell me, lose the tie. And I'd say, I have a dream of being a superintendent. And it's such a blessing, Christina. Isn't this something, right? For you to be here as Teacher of the Year, for me to be here because of all of you, it's truly a blessing, and I'm so proud of that. But coming back to the team and the Teachers of the Year and all of our successes and everything that we do, it's all 3,600 plus employees. Everybody on the team plays a role in our success. And I wish that you could travel with me and go to all these different conferences that I go to and get into rooms with superintendents from across the state, or get into conversations with people at the state level, at the Capitol, or go to districts like Austin, Westlake. And I'm here to tell you that our teachers, our students, our district can compete with anybody, anywhere, anytime. And we have the data to prove it. It's not a nice thing. It's just not something nice to say. We're an A-rated school district. Y'all have been doing really good to close achievement gaps, and I know we're right in the middle of testing season right now. We earned the post-secondary readiness distinction. The Financial Integrity Rating System of Texas, an A. So the proof's in the pudding with regard to what we do, but it doesn't happen in isolation. It's all 3,600 employees. But as I look across this room and I see these Teachers of the Year, I cannot help but feel just this sense of pride, because if you think about public ed and what it truly is, McAllen ISD is a microcosm. Every campus is a microcosm, a reflection of what we have in society. So every challenge that's before us in society, you face as teachers in your classroom, day in and day out. So whether you're an elementary teacher with 22 students in front of you, or you're a secondary teacher with 30 students in front of you, whether you're an elementary teacher that sees 22 students a day and teaches them everything, or whether you're a high school teacher or a middle school teacher that teaches 150 kids a day in a particular subject, one thing that's true is that they all bring different challenges, but you all don't let those challenges get in your way. You differentiate your instruction. You go the extra mile for the families. You utilize the systems that we have, whether it be the family treatment program, or you really hone in on our value-added process for looking at how we're doing academically. You hone in on our leadership model or our framework for student learning. And regardless of what a child is bringing with them to school, you serve as a beacon of hope for them. And here's the truth. man, let me see if I can get through this part. But somewhere in this district, there's a little boy or a little girl that woke up today to find out that her parents are going through a divorce, or that they have a learning disability and they're dealing with anxiety because they can't learn at the rate they want to learn at, or that they're in a bus going to school hungry because the last meal they ate was at school. And regardless of all of that, whether it's kids like ours that are blessed, because it's the spectrum, right? It's society, or the kids that need us the most, the teachers in this room, along with all your colleagues, put our teachers and our students in a position to excel, but ultimately to have them accomplish their dreams. And I heard one of the speeches, one of the teachers said, I hope that they remember me in 30 years. And I'm here to tell you they will, because that one little kid that was hungry, that one little kid that was hurting, in 30 years is going to be looking over his balcony in Austin Westlake, thinking about what you did to transform their life. That one kid that was heartbroken is going to be staring over their balcony at South Padre Island thinking, I wouldn't be here without the teachers that helped me get from point A to point B. You see, Lou Holtz once said, virtually nothing in this world is impossible. If you put your mind to it, and if you have a positive attitude, virtually nothing in this world is impossible. And when I go to campuses, that's what I see. I see a thinking organization that doesn't make excuses. I see people with a positive attitude, putting their heart into their craft. And because of that, moms and dads across our city know that they can leave their children with us and that they will get educated, not only academically, but socially and emotionally. And they will be loved and nurtured and guided because of teachers like you. You can't take that lightly. You got to digest that. You got to think about what you got yourself into as an educator. And it's a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful thing to know that in McAllen ISD we'll continue to be a force to be reckoned with because we have teachers like you. Because we have a team that's got their heart in the right place. And because we have a tenacity and a moxie and a grind that just doesn't give up. That's the cool thing about our job. It's an infinite game. There's no end. Just that one day you just pass the baton to somebody else. Whether you're a teacher that teaches for 30 years, the time comes you pass the baton to somebody else. The superintendent, the principal. It's an infinite game. But one thing to never forget is the impact that you're playing on the lives of children. So to all the teachers of the year in this room right now, I have the utmost respect for each and every one of you. And you guys play a profound impact on our success. So on behalf of the administration, our board, and the entire McAllen ISD family, congratulations. And now, oh, thank you all. Thank you all very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. I did an acceptance speech at the HEB Excellence in Education Awards in Austin where I sang. I'm not going to do that today. But you can check out the video on YouTube and kind of score me on that. But coming back to being a beacon of hope, HEB identified McAllen ISD as a top large school district in the state of Texas, and we earned the HEB Excellence in Education Award. How about a round of applause for us? So we'd like to show you a video that highlights that event that we're so proud of and that was made possible by everybody in our district. Thank you very much.
No, seriously. We are very excited, and we thank God for this blessing. This is for the students, their families, for the teachers, for the faculty and staff. This is for all the hard work that everyone has put in this past year, each and every day, through every interaction with every single child. This is for City of McAllen, County of Hidalgo. This is for all the citizens of the Rio Grande Valley, especially in Region 1.
Oh man, this is a big win for McAllen ISD. This is not about us, it's about every parent who challenges each and every day, every teacher who calls us and has their input, about every past board member that has laid the foundation, and all past superintendents and our current superintendent, and most importantly our students that have really put McAllen ISD on the map. It's awesome to be recognized by HEB, and it's just an awesome day for the city of McAllen, for McAllen ISD student, and for all the McAllen ISD alumni.
It's a great honor. I've always known McAllen ISD is one of the premier school districts in the state. Our students can go to any college, whether it's local or anywhere in the state or national, and compete. They can go to the workforce, they can go to armed services, and know they got a premier education. Today it was validated. We won the big school district of the year across the whole state of Texas, and it's because of the hard work of our staff, our teachers, our everybody, our custodians, our students, and it's just a great night for their efforts to be recognized. So on behalf of McAllen, the city, McAllen Independent School District, congratulations. We're being recognized as one of the best school districts, not only in the state, but in the nation, and it's because of you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much to the McAllen ISD family, all the hard work and effort, and this right here is just an example of what happens when we all come together. It's been a challenging last 2 years with COVID and everything that's gone on, but we all pulled together as one, and we all brought this district forward. So from the bottom of my heart, and I'm sure I can say that my six trustees and our superintendent agree when we say thank you, mil gracias por todo el esfuerzo que han puesto en estos últimos años, que es algo increíble a tener esta designación como el distrito del año en el HEB Excellence in Education Award. Es algo veramente especial, and thank you very much.
To the community of McAllen, thank you. Thank you for the honor of serving you in this capacity. I've enjoyed every minute of it. I've enjoyed every decision I've made, and I enjoy just being there and representing McAllen ISD. Tonight's award was for you. It was for you, because of you, and it will be always representative of the great things that we have in McAllen.
The message revolved around making sure that we understood that every child deserves a quality education, regardless of their race or their ethnicity or their gender or their socioeconomic status or their circumstances. Every child deserves an opportunity to reach their full potential and accomplish their dreams. And this HEB Excellence in Education Award is proof that we're on the right track.
Just a quick side note about the HEB. We were up for the Best Large District, which of course you saw we won. We were also a finalist for our school board leadership, and we were the only school district in the entire Rio Grande Valley that was up for either of those, much less both. So that probably deserves a round of applause too, I think. And we also had a teacher, you might have seen her in there in the red dress, Miss Canales, a fourth grade teacher from McAuliffe Elementary, was up for the Best Teacher Award, so way to go. And now we want to hear from some other great teachers. We're going to turn back the clock to 2021. Our 2021 District Teachers of the Year have some words of wisdom to share with you. So we're going to bring up our 2021 Secondary Teacher of the Year from McAllen, Ms. Karen Teverosky from ING Center. And also coming up, our elementary winner from Seguin Elementary. She won for the district, she won for the region, and she is the top elementary teacher in the state of Texas, Jennifer Hahn. Ms. Teverosky.
Thank you. Wow. Wow, it's different being on this side. Looking out, I remember when I was sitting in your place and I was just a nervous wreck. Congratulations to all of you, not just for being selected by your peers, but for the last school year. Wasn't it interesting? Are you ready to find out who the next district teachers are? Are you at the edge of your seats? Me too, but we have to wait just a little while longer. I don't know who it is, so. This past year, in preparation for enrolling at UTRGV, I explained to my family and friends that I would be cutting back on some events, dining out, maybe going to the movies, shopping. So I needed to save for tuition. So when it came time to do something fun, it was always, we need to go to this festival in Corpus. We need to go to the beach. After all, you are Teacher of the Year. Meanwhile, at the Instruction and Guidance Center, we're a small staff. So some of us have multiple roles: special education teacher, campus technology facilitator, campus testing coordinator, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So when something came up that needed to get done, you can do it, right, Ms. Davidovsky? After all, you are District Teacher of the Year. And I will admit, this position does come with superpowers and a really cool cape. But being in multiple places at one time was not one of those superpowers. Neither was, controlling humidity. Seriously though, it has been a great year. It has been full of experiences that I might never have had. It's been full of meeting new people who I might never have met. I mean, look where I am now. I get to be here with you. Amazing. I was recently asked, what is the best part of the last year? And the answer was easy. I made a new friend. It's true. I have enjoyed spending time with her and her family, getting to know her and her family. We even found out that we have a lot in common outside of education. It's been a lot of fun. She's been a light in my world. Really, I don't know how you do it. At the moments where I'm that emoji, with the face like, ugh, she sends me a message of encouragement or, how are you? It's like, how does she know I need that message right at that moment? You have a gift, really, really. Seriously, and she's very funny. So if you have not gotten to know her, you really need to talk with her. And she's always happy, which makes me happy. It's contagious. Ladies and gentlemen, our Texas Teacher of the Year, Jennifer Hunt.
I am so deeply moved, and my voice is just like this because I'm a little sick, not because of that, so excuse me, pardon. But it worked out because this is exactly how I did my State Teacher of the Year interview. I was extremely sick that day too, and the Holy Spirit, right? He just spoke through me, and that's, I think, how I got it, because honestly, I don't know if it happens to you, Teachers of the Year, but sometimes I wonder, how do you get here, right? Is it just me? Or is it like a common thought to the, like, how do we get here? And I'm sure that a lot of people have told you, oh, it's because you're a hard worker. It's because it's you, right? But today, I want to show you how you got here. So my speech is all out of order now. Congratulations, you're all amazing. You're the ones who call the students my kids because they're family. And you're the ones who wear many hats at school. Yet, you still volunteer for the next thing. Or probably you do it before you're voluntold to do it. You took a second mortgage out because you went to Dollar Tree to equip your classrooms. So thank you for all you do and all the extras. Today is a special day, so I'm gonna take you somewhere special. We'll be flying first class with that $100,000 check right there. Dr. G said it's okay. So I just want you to trust the process. Sit back and close your eyes. I know it's scary. Close them. No, really, close them. Just relax. I'm not hypnotizing you, I promise. Just follow instructions. Don't worry about the person next to you. I promise they're not staring at you. Only Mr. Nevares, he always takes an opportunity to do an informal observation, so please be engaged and in your best behavior. Don't open your eyes until I ask you to. I'm gonna take you somewhere you haven't been in a long time. We're going back in time. I want you to fly back to your first school, your first assignment. Do you recognize those doors? They're wide open. Walk in. I want you to walk down those familiar hallways. Don't stop to talk to anyone. We don't have time. Just make it to your classroom. And I want you to stand at your doorway, and I want you to just look at yourself. Do you remember that teacher? The one that was full of excitement and eagerness to get started? The one that had the cute room and the lesson plans, the materials. You had all your ducks in a row. You were so ready to tackle the day. And you were so ready to make a difference in everybody's life. But then, as the days progress, you realize teaching's not that simple. It's not that easy. It's challenging. And these days turn into weeks, and weeks into months, and months into years. And you just go through roller coasters of emotions. Sometimes you're up, and everything's peachy. But a lot of the days are down. And it's overwhelming. But you continue to muster through because you care. So today, before all those feelings of uncertainty creep in, we're going to go back and take control of our thoughts. You're going to walk to that self, and you're going to give yourself a big hug. And I want you to reassure yourself that everything is going to be okay. I want you to tell yourself to remember that teaching is not meant to be easy, but it's definitely worth it. So you encourage yourself to go out there and you do this every day despite the odds, because what you do will change lives. And now we're gonna move forward a little. Do you remember the day that you were selected Campus Teacher of the Year? I want you to look at yourself, surrounded by your peers, your families, your students. We're so happy. We're all rejoicing with you because we know how much time and heart and effort you have put in to get here, to be the best teacher you can be, because they deserve it. It has been a challenging journey. Oh yeah, especially these past few years. But your hard work hasn't gone unnoticed. Parents noticed that you took in those children like they're yours. And your colleagues appreciated all the support that you provided. And your family, they know how far you're willing to go for your other kids. Thank you. We're very grateful to all of you, because I know teaching isn't easy. But you continue to go above and beyond to make a difference in everyone's lives. Thank you for your perseverance and not giving up, because what you do in the classrooms is just a little short from a miracle. You truly deserve every bit of this recognition. We're also proud of you here at McAllen ISD. You make the impossible possible. And you take bad days, but you always find their silver linings. Thank you for answering your calling faithfully every day. Open your eyes. I know it was a short trip down memory lane, but I hope it reminded you of how hard you've worked to get here. And we're so proud of you, so you should be proud of your accomplishments as well. Thank you so much for caring. And remember, our jobs are not designed for instant gratification. We have long seasons of planting and waiting, and harvest time sometimes gets here, sometimes it doesn't. But don't lose hope and don't lose sight. because your work and influence transcends those classroom walls. And for sure, it lasts longer than those 10 months. So even though the world may never know your name, you can rest assured that your legacy is carried on with each and every kid that goes through your classroom. So even if you may not feel it in the day-to-day, you are changing the world in ways that you can't even fathom, because you are an amazing teacher. Thank you for not only training their minds, but because you also take the time to ignite their hearts and fan those flames of passion. Thank you for taking your time, for your investment. Thank you for all you do and all the extras, because we're all raising a more capable, a more resilient, a more empathetic, responsible, and emotionally sound generation. We do this together. You're a blessing to us. So continue using your talents for good. Congratulations to the year 2021-2022 Teachers of the Year. But you'll be forever the teacher that made an everlasting impact in one of your students. Thank you.
And the speeches will be read by our Assistant Superintendent for Instructional Services, Dr. Rosaba de Hoyos.
Thank you. So from Alvarez Elementary, our Teacher of the Year is Yolanda Garza. She teaches 3rd grade and has spent 4 years in the classroom. She loves to use technology in her lessons. This year, she used the game Minecraft to help students learn and understand landforms. And what better tool to use for a scavenger hunt than Google Earth? She loves to be with kids. She serves as the campus cheer sponsor and once provided Spanish lessons in a local language school to students from age 10 to adults. She wrote, "Students must be engaged in order for them to learn," using a quote from Benjamin Franklin for emphasis. "Tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I learn." Yolanda Garza. Castañeda is proud to present Edna Rosales to represent their campus. She is a math interventionist with 7 years of classroom experience. She has also taught 1st, 3rd, and 4th grade. She believes in tapping into a child's critical thinking for sustained success. Many students come in lacking confidence in their math skills. So, as a math interventionist, she understands the need to be creative. For instance, she likes to have them measure an entire classroom perimeter and area. By using real-world situations, students can better grasp the purpose of the learning objective. Ms. Rosales emphasizes a positive environment. It creates a sense of community within the classroom, and it fosters friendships that allow thought and ideas to flow for the betterment of all. Edna Rosales. From Escandon, we now honor Maria Ortiz. If one could pick just one word to describe Ms. Ortiz, it will be passionate. Her first classroom experience was as a substitute teacher. She immediately found her calling. Now, 17 years later, she's still going strong. She has taught pre-kinder, 1st, 3rd, and now kindergarten. She also teaches Sunday school. She describes teaching 5-year-olds as fun and unique. The most rewarding part, she says is providing children with life skills and knowing she is on the ground floor as far as constructing their foundation for their educational journey. She is a mentor teacher, dual language teacher, and was once named Walmart Teacher of the Year after she was nominated by a parent. A graduate of McAllen High School, the Bulldog spirit keeps her going through thick and thin. Maria Ortiz. Our top educator from Fields is Celeste Lopez. As the school librarian, the entire campus is full of her students. She earned a degree in English from UT Penn American and a master's from Sam Houston State. This is her third year at Fields, but she has 20 years of experience overall. She has taught language arts at the middle school level, including at the Leon and Fossum. In fact, at Fossum, she helped implement their dual language program. She has participated in many summer curriculum writing activities for secondary English language arts. At Fields, she has provided guidance and presentations on the library and technology resources for teachers and Fields families. With students, she's not afraid to make learning fun, loud and messy. Celeste Lopez. Representing Garza Elementary, we have a veteran of 17 years, Delia Tijerina. Her career began in 2005, and she came to Garza to teach third grade in 2015. She has served as a grade level chair, a chess club sponsor, a member of her campus leadership team, a yearbook committee member, and a literacy committee member. Her chess teams have enjoyed terrific success, including state champions and national qualifiers. In the classroom, she's not afraid to stray from traditional pen and paper activities. She likes to give the opportunity to be creative, which will open new doors for them. One of her favorite quotes is from Walt Disney: "All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them." Delia Tijerina. At this time, I would like to introduce Gonzalez Elementary top teacher, Clarissa Silva. She's a veteran of 19 years, all of them at Gonzalez Elementary. She prides herself on creative lesson planning and describes herself as someone who is passionate about delivering engaging lessons for all students. She wants acceptance, compassion, empathy, and hope to be part of each child's experience. One of her passions is reading. She says it is a foundational skill that children need for life. She has reading methods for all students, the beginner, intermediate, or advanced reader. She likes to use reading tubs crammed with exciting activities like word work, sticker stories, reading comprehension, and vocabulary. Her goal is always the same: to foster learning. Clarissa Silva. Now let's recognize Hendricks Teacher of the Year, Katie Pace. She has taught fourth grade at Hendricks for her entire 5-year career. She likes her students to become problem solvers. What fascinates her most about mentoring young minds is teaching her students to become people with big hearts and open minds. The most important lesson she wants her student to walk away with is empathy for others. Her classroom is one where kindness is cultivated by encouraging caring for those around us. She also makes certain her students are always engaged. She says she is a firm believer that students who are active participants within the school community have greater success in both school and life. Katie Pace. At Houston Elementary, we now honor Claudina Garcia. She is a bilingual ESL teacher with 25 years in the classroom. That includes 22 span guiding young minds in Houston Elementary. She's active in the Houstonville Minneapolis as the sponsor for the Home Depot. She loves helping her students learn about running a business. She wrote that all her life she has held a love for reading. Nearly all her former students can name a favorite story or book they first encounter in her class. She likes to go beyond the book. She has taken her students on virtual tours and science documentaries to ignite and motivate them into new adventures. Claudina Garcia. Jackson Elementary Teacher of the Year is Ruth Galindo. She has guided young minds for 17 years. She earned her degree from Texas A&M University in Corpus Christi, and then her master's from UTRGV. As a bilingual and dual language teacher, she has taught students in kinder through the 4th grade. At her campus, she has served as a Destination Imagination Club manager, a UIL Ready Writing coach, a Campus Improvement Plan committee member, a grade level chair, and PTO secretary. In the classroom, she is a big fan of social studies. She referenced that some might find this subject a bit on the dry side, but not her. Real-world connections are easy to integrate into social studies, and it helps students to understand career choices. Ruth Galindo. From McAuliffe Elementary, we honor Jolene Chapa. She has 11 years of experience, including 8 years at McAuliffe. Prior to teaching, she served through the Texas Workforce Commission. After earning her degree through the University of Phoenix, she entered the classrom. At McAuliffe, she has been the 3rd grade level chair and a member of the campus-based leadership team for 7 years. Additional contributions include McAuliffe's Scarlet Dance coach and sponsor, as well as the UIL math coach. She takes a lot of pride as the Scarlet Dance coach. The team has made numerous public appearances, including at the Veterans War Memorial, the Quinta Mazatlan Christmas Festival, and the Rowe High School Showcase. Jolene Chapa. At this time, we recognize Yesenia Delgado from Milam. Ms. Delgado she began her career in 2000 as a kinder teacher and spent a semester teaching PE. Yet, for the past 19 years, she has guided young minds in 1st grade. She is the 1st grade level chair and has served as a mentor teacher. One of her favorite lessons involves teaching the life cycle. She uses 3 examples of cycles in the animal kingdom, focusing on the frog, the chicken, and the butterfly. Her students learn to keep journals through the process like true scientists, she says. The impact has gone deeper, though. Former students, now in high school and college, will approach her in the grocery store and ask if she still teaches the life cycle lesson. Yesenia Delgado. From Perez Elementary, we honor Marta Munoz. She has taught for 15 years, with 11 of those at Perez. As an IB school, she loves a lesson that is always sure to ignite inquisitive minds. It's called Where We Are in Place and Time. The students research and report on famous inventions and their inventors. Ms. Munoz is also a dual language educator. She loves empowering students to develop their native language while acquiring a second language. Teaching dual language requires a lot of teamwork. Not only does she collaborate with colleagues at her campus on dual language, but with other educators across the district as well. Her end goal is to always produce lessons that go beyond the classroom. Marta Munoz. Our next teacher is from Rayburn Elementary, Carla Walk. Ms. Walk works with dyslexia students. She has been an educator for 32 years. When she started college, her goal was to become a nurse. The sight of needles and blood was not appealing. However, after a friend invited her to a children's literature class one night, she was entranced. From that day forward, she wanted to become a teacher. She entered her She earned her degree from Marshall University in West Virginia and later earned a master's from the University of Texas Pan America. She began her career in Zavala Elementary in 1990 and has been with McAllen ISD ever since. She says her love of reading has guided many lessons over the years. Carla Walk. Now we would like to present Roosevelt's Elementary's Argelia Torres. Like some of her colleagues here today, she took a non-traditional route to the classroom. After earning a degree in criminal justice, she embarked on a career as a caseworker in the Texas Department of Human Services. In 2004, she completed her teaching certification and became an educator. She now has 18 years of experience with the last 8 span at Roosevelt, where she has also served as a mentor teacher. She likes to use technology with her students. For instance, she has students create 30-second videos to promote Red Ribbon Week. This is her second year of the this is her second Teacher of the Year award, Argelia Torres. From Sanchez Elementary, we have Michelle Antonieta Cavazos. She has been teaching 5th graders for 4 years at Sanchez. She has a degree in bilingual education and is currently pursuing her master's in educational leadership. This year, she became the grade level lead teacher and is in her 2nd year as a robotics UIL coach. In addition, she serves her school as the coordinator of campus culture and climate. In the classroom, she loves to teach science. This is not an easy subject for emerging bilinguals. They have to master vocabulary, so making lessons hands-on is vital. As a dual language teacher, she likes to incorporate music and movement into lessons for effective learning. Michelle Antonieta Cavazos. And now let's recognize Seguin Elementary's Carolina Canchola. Ms. Canchola has 37 years of classroom experience. Before stepping foot into a classroom, she was once commissioned as a 2nd lieutenant in the U.S. Army service. She started her new career with McAllen ISD at Fields Elementary in 1987, moved to the ING Center in 2008, and came to Seguin in 2013. She's a strong believer in the use of social skills and likes having each student engage in every aspect of the assignment. This is her 5th time representing her campus as a Teacher of the Year, Carolina Canchola. Next, from Thicpen Zavala, we have Yesenia Rodriguez. She has taught for 7 years, including 2nd, 4th, and 5th grade. She likes to keep busy. At her campus, she coaches robotics, esports, and UIL science. She's also her school's science fair coordinator and technology facilitator. In the classroom, she takes different approaches when it comes to tackling a concept. She has found using integrating centers to be most effective. In these centers, students work collaboratively, engage in hands-on activities, and make real-world connections. The centers are divided into stations, and some will use Promethean boards and the Google Earth app for their science work. Yesenia Rodriguez. And now we present Wilson Elementary's top teacher, Dulce Gonzalez. She has taught for 16 years, with the last 6 at Wilson. She was a journalism major at the University of Texas Pan American and earned a master's in library science from Sam Houston State in 2016. That year, she began serving as Wilson's librarian. She likes to be involved with students. She's a sponsor for the campus Spelling Bee, yearbook, KWIL News, and Battle of the Books. In 2018, she was named a finalist among social media superstars for the American Association of School Librarians. Her desire is to prepare students to become well-rounded individuals who are productive citizens of their community. Dulce Gonzalez.
All right, how about one quick hand for our elementary teachers? And now we'll conduct with our secondary teachers. We'll go through middle school, followed by the high schools. And handling that will be the Associate Superintendent for Instructional Leadership, Ms. Bridget V.
Our first teacher is from Brown Middle School, Mr. Eduardo Chavez. He has taught 8th grade math for 3 years. He likes real-world applications, so one of his favorite lessons involves personal financial literacy. Students use math to develop an economic way of thinking and problem solving. They learn about compound interest, saving for college, and about being a consumer and an investor. Mr. Chavez has some firsthand knowledge with this from his former life as a bank teller. In fact, he once stood in front of $1 million in cash. He loves the lesson because it can pay dividends for a lifetime with his students. Eduardo Chavez. From Cathy Middle School, we honor special ed teacher Selena Elena Zumwalt. She's been in the game for 11 years now, although she actually started at Cathy in 2009 as a paraprofessional in special education. A subject that resonates with her is poetry. She is passionate about sharing this love with her students. When she selects poems for students to read and discover, she incorporates music to help them make connections. The music themes often conjure images of strength, courage, and overcoming obstacles. For her, poetry empowers students to understand they can prevail over their struggles too. Selena Elena Zumwalt. From De Leon Middle School, we want to recognize Christina Castillo. Christina has spent 26 fruitful years teaching, all of them at De Leon Middle School. She has taught reading language arts and also spent 6 years with dyslexia students. At De Leon, she has served as cheer coach for the past 25 years. She also serves on the Sunshine Committee and is a mentor teacher. She likes for students to get a grasp of how other children live. For instance, she has had students read articles about children being shuffled into foster homes during the Second World War. Then her students write an essay on how they would feel in such circumstances. Miss Christina Castillo. Looking at Fossum Middle School, we have Bruce Brickerkey. Mr. Brickerkey teaches music. He has served as head band director at Fossum since 2016 and has spent the past 18 years sharing the gift of music with kids. Over the years, many of his students have helped their school win UIL sweepstakes awards. One of the challenges in band is conveying the concept of ensemble, that is group awareness. Students have to learn how to make real-time adjustments while performing. Growing a student's awareness empowers them to take more ownership of the final product. Mr. Bruce Brickerkey. Our teacher from Morris Middle School is Jesus Cuellar. Mr. Cuellar works in the Life Skills Unit. He has 17 years of experience with 11 at Morris. He coaches too. Since 2005, he has coached football, boys and girls basketball, plus boys and girls track. One of his challenges is finding ways for students to feel a sense of belonging. He follows the McAllen ISD framework for emotional intelligence. For instance, his students assist in the delivery of snacks for students who stay after school for tutoring. It is one more way to make those real-world connections and generate an uplifting spirit for his students. Jesus Cuellar. And now we honor Travis Middle School's Oscar Castillo. Mr. Castillo has introduced students to worlds of wonder through art for 19 years. He has spent 16 of those years at Travis Middle School. According to the famous painter Picasso, every child is an artist. The problem is how to retain that artistry once we grow up. That is the challenge Mr. Castillo has embraced with his students, teaching them to use art as a vehicle to reflect upon life. He too is a coach, working with kids in football, basketball, soccer, and swimming. Oscar Castillo. Let's move to McAllen High School Bulldogs. We now honor English teacher Janine Bonus. She has taught for 11 years, the last 6 at her alma mater, Mac High. She comes from a family of teachers. Both her parents taught, and her grandfather was a professor of education at Pan American. At Mac High, she is a student council advisor and UIL literary criticism coach. She loves to teach her students about the novel To Kill a Mockingbird. The themes transcend time, she says. The novel teaches important life lessons for students such as acceptance, empathy, and resilience. Janine Bonus. Our next high school, Memorial High School's Teacher of the Year is Beatrice Garcia. Beatrice teaches social studies and career investigation and has 26 years of class experience. Ms. Garcia earned her degree from Gallaudet University in Washington, D.C., and her master's from Lamar University in Beaumont. During her career, she also taught at Seguin and Roosevelt. Ms. Garcia was born deaf. She uses her experience to help her students. She knows what it's like to be a deaf person in a hearing world and constantly reinforces the notion that her students can do anything they put their minds to. Beatrice Garcia. And next we have Rowe High School's teacher, who is Miss Arlene Garza. Ms. Garza teaches English to 10th and 11th graders and has done so for 18 years. She is the senior sponsor, UIL literary criticism coach, a lead representative, and assistant mariachi director. In McAllen, she taught at Fossum before coming to Rowe in 2017. She is proud of a school-wide campaign with her seniors, which raised awareness of emotional intelligence goals. This included a friendly competition called Battle of the Classes, in which students decorated the halls with EQ messages. Miss Arlene Garza. For Lamar Academy, our top teacher is Okatsu Romero. Mr. Romero teaches sociology and social studies in the options wing. Mr. Romero likes to find unique ways to reach students. Each year in March, they study famous Supreme Court cases. Some of you may have heard of March Madness, which is a major college basketball tournament. What a perfect blend to create a tournament bracket filled in with famous court cases. He even created rubrics for each round of the competition. Mr. Romero. Oh, Mrs. Romero, I'm sorry. From Achieve Early College, we now recognize Martha Cantu. For 8 years, she has taught history and English. One of her favorite lessons covers the history of segregation through the lens of Mexican Americans and African Americans. Her goal is to open the eyes of her students to the world others have experienced. Ms. Cantu loves to learn. In fact, she earned an associate's degree from Del Mar College in Corpus Christi, a bachelor's from UT Pan American, and a master's from UT Rio Grande Valley. All three with a perfect 4.0 grade point average. Martha Cantu. From the Instruction and Guidance Center, we want to honor Lydia Ana Martinez. Ms. Martinez loves science. In fact, if you name a science, she has probably taught it at some point. She has taught high school science for 12 years, the last 5 at the ING campus. She earned her degree from Texas A&M Kingsville and her master's from Walden University in Minnesota. She also conducts grant writing training and outdoor classroom teaching training. She has helped her campus earn 5 different grants, including 4 from McAllen Education Foundation. Outside of school, she is a food bank director and Sunday school teacher, Lydia Ana Martinez.
How about one more hand for our secondary teachers? And in addition to our campus teachers of the year, we also honor at this time our technology teachers of the year. We have one for elementary and one for secondary. And here to make those announcements is our Digital Learning and Library Services Director, Ann Vega.
Thank you. Our elementary technology teacher of the year is Stacy Ochoa. Stacy's out on maternity leave, so Ms. Quintanilla will get this for her. Stacy sponsored the first ever Little Sports eSports program at Milam Elementary with over 100 members. 2 of her teams placed in the top 3 in McAllen ISD in the Fall Minecraft Challenge, taking 1st and 3rd place. Her willingness to use technology to ignite students' creativity and passion for learning is why Ms. Ochoa is the 2021-2022 Elementary Technology Teacher of the Year. The Secondary Technology Teacher of the Year is Roxanne Martinez. Roxanne is a true leader on her campus and does not hesitate to offer her expertise at the district level as well. She has shared her knowledge at multiple events, including Region 1, TCA, and Technovate, and is always willing to learn more. Roxanne is also a coach of the esports program at her campus and a great leader among her colleagues. She was accepted as a NASA Fellow this year. It is her technology leadership and growth mindset that have made her a standout as this year's Secondary Technology Teacher of the Year.
Now it's just like the Oscars. We're up to the final awards, the moment we've all been waiting for. We're going to start with our district element. Yeah, no slapping. We'll be cordial today. We'll start with our district elementary teacher of the year for 2022 announcement, Dr. DeOyles.
This person is always looking for ways for children to learn beyond the classroom. Her goal is to make a mark on their learning by piquing their curiosity about a topic and developing a lifelong love of learning. In one of those lessons, students learn about the history and the artistry of the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. Of course, visiting the actual parade in New York was not feasible, but she made it happen at the campus. Children use green screens and a green screen app to magically transport themselves to the actual streets of the Macy's parade route. The parade through the school as parade sounds burst from the nearby speakers. All this was recorded, so upon playing the video back, it looked as though the student had marched in the actual iconic parade. It's a memory all of the students will have forever. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2022 McAllen ISD Elementary Teacher of the Year is from Fields Elementary, Celeste Lopez.
I've been in education for 21 years. This year will be my 22nd, and I am a proud librarian at Fields Elementary. During my educational journey, I was in the classroom for 18 years as an ELA teacher, teaching 6th and 7th grade ELA, and what an amazing experience all those years brought me. What made me decide to become a teacher? Well, it's a twofold answer. First and foremost, my family. I come from a family of educators. My father was a high school teacher who actually taught cinematography. So I remember as a young girl roaming the halls of the high school where he worked and going into his classroom, which was the coolest. I had an amazing ELA teacher my 6th, 7th, and 8th grade year, and she made an impact on my life. Again, it goes down to relationships and rapport. So having her as a role model really made an impact on becoming the educator that I am today, and the importance of building rapport with kids and those relationships, because when you do that, they'll do anything for you.
This works. You can go with that. She's going to need a hand, fellas.
I'm flabbergasted. I have no words. Trying not to cry. But I'm honored. Extremely humbled and so proud to represent all of the elementary teachers that are here. All of you work hard. All of you are so deserving, and thank you so much. Trying not to cry. Thank you so much.
And now we'll have the announcement for our 2022 District Secondary Teacher of the Year. Ms. V.
All right, this educator has used personal tragedy to teach far-reaching lessons to her students. It begins with the movie, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. They watch it to learn about crime scenes, forensics, and DNA evidence. The Grinch gets put on trial, but there is more to it than that because emotional intelligence domains come into play, like empathy for the defendant. As students learn about the conviction process, she shares her personal story of how her father was sentenced to life in prison when she was 3 years old. She made a choice, however, to get educated. Her DNA does not define her, she explains. Such experiences resonate with her more at-risk students when they realize that where they come from does not have to bind them. This year, the lesson was even more impactful after she lost her mom to COVID. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2022 McAllen ISD District Secondary Teacher of the Year is from the Instruction and Guidance Center, Lydia Ana Martinez.
I was an at-risk student myself, and I wanted to make sure that no student had a label or a barrier that every student would have the chance that I had. I had amazing teachers when I was growing up that helped me. So I wanted to be that teacher that when the student walked into my class, they believe they can be the next scientist or the next president of the United States of America. This year, I won Teacher of the Year. It was very emotional for me. Teaching has always been a passion for me. I love teaching. I love everything that it involves. But this year I lost my mom. So my lessons are a little bit deeper with my students. I have at-risk students, and many of these kids are like me now. They don't have a mother. So I can relate to my students. McAllen ISD helps us do this because I'm teaching the students empathy when I'm teaching science. So I love what I do. I have a passion for teaching, and this year becoming Teacher of the Year, it wasn't just like, oh, you became a Teacher of the Year and it's something good. No, it's now what am I going to do with it? That I can take it out and tell teachers, hey, we have an impact. We have to do something with becoming a Teacher of the Year. It's not just a label.
This is a great honor and a great privilege. I love teaching, but I lost my teacher this year. And this is where I say it keeps going here in McAllen. I love it, and this award is not mine, it's every single teacher's, because we have a legacy with every student. Like Dr. Gonzalez said in the speech today, we're breaking barriers in McAllen ISD. We're removing labels from our students, and I encourage every teacher to keep doing what you're doing. You did an awesome job these last 2 years, and congratulations to each and every one of you. This is not mine, this is the whole teachers, all the teachers that have worked really hard. I share this award with you. Thank you so much.
Great.
Ladies and gentlemen, that just about closes things out. How about a hand for all of our teachers today?